many years, Kim Stones ruled the roost in Taekwondo competition. Now he's an instructor and he's teaching some real, new, controversial methods. Let's go see what it's all about. How's it going?
Nice to meet you. How are you doing? Welcome to the Kim Stones Taekwondo Karate Super Centre.
Welcome to Martial Arts Illustrated
Pleasure.
Video magazine.
That's great, it's a pleasure, mate.
Kim, as we all know, there's a lot more to martial arts than simply just kicking and punching.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, martial arts nowadays is the kicking punching era is something that has been there for many, many years. Just that martial arts, the way we've studied martial arts over the last couple of years, really, and the professional side of it, and some people might say the business side of it, but the business side of martial arts is really down to student service and how you motivate people to black belt. Then that's the side that really we're focusing on. And really, from years and years of build up in the UK has got the most talented martial artists in the world. But it's an era now of really trying to enhance that kind of ability and really focusing it into what we're up to today.
Yes, but doing martial arts, people just perceive it as kicking, punching. They don't perceive what else goes in it, the integrity, the respect, the attention.
I think one of the biggest things I realised is that we were bringing people in through the front door, and financially we've been in this academy now for about 2 years, just over. And to start off with, we had a lot of success, and we were putting a lot of people in through the front door, but not really retaining members. We decided to go to America to find out what they were up to, and we realised that one of the key parts of their retention is the fact that they're going back to a lot of the original martial arts ethics and the things that really are a code of martial arts. For instance, we start our classes each time with like what we call a student crew. I intend to develop myself in a positive manner. It's like a little bit of you know, 2 or 3 sentences that really focus the mind. And also then once we're into classes now, we actually focus on that as far as like messages of the month and all these kind of things that add to retention and puts a value on what
does this have a positive effect on the student?
Oh, again, I'm sure you mentioned well, you mentioned to me earlier today about the atmosphere of what we're about now. People perceive at the moment, I think, that yeah, there's Kim Stowers maybe in his academies, and we've got this academy which is 280 members, another 100, just over 100 at Anthorpe, which is only 4 miles away. People perceive that it's the business side, but what they're missing is that to be successful in the business side, you must have student retention, and you must provide top-class student service. The days of going into a sports hall and saying, oh, you've got a grade in a week on Tuesdays, your licence full, give me 20 quid, and all this kind of what we call nickel and diming is something that's we've left in the past. Our membership's a monthly fee membership, and it includes a whole lot, private lessons, any progress update classes you need. And I think that's the era we're in, and that's why we're having the success that we have. Every member we have is joined on a 12-month, minimum 12-month contractual agreement. And again, people will say, well, a contract, you know, that's a tie-in thing. It is, but what they receive in return is our absolute commitment, and that's where many of the people out there at the moment I think are missing the fact that Angling, it's the business side. You know, to me the business side and the actual integrity side of martial arts is why we're having the success we have and why people are sticking to us like glue.
Do you feel that you don't, when you're doing a martial arts club these days, you see a lot of commitment off the instructor, but you don't see too much commitment off the student?
I think the energy, again, the experience of that we've tried to give you a taste of, just not a normal box standard class as such. It's a class that's the high energy side. There's many times when the energy is down for patterns working so on, but really, for instance, starting the class with clapping, all this kind of thing where I used to do quite a lot of aerobics and the claps, and it was very, very motivational, and we just looked at what that was about and transferred the high energy class to class. And again, if someone's walking up those stairs now and being excited about coming to training, as opposed to the old days of thinking, well, it's hard work, which obviously it still is, but we're trying to eliminate the negative side of, oh, it's hard work, therefore I might not go tonight. And it's more than that. I mean, the seminars that we're actually running currently, we've run one seminar in this academy, we've got several more planned, and also currently we've got a system of seminars where people come in, they're coming for a one-day seminar to the academy. It's like a college, one-day seminar. And these are professional instructors, many of them out there.
Just to learn the role. To
learn, and at the moment we've got Mr Thompson who's with us for a 6-week placement. We offer a variety of things they can do, really just to taste it and explain to them, and we take them through all the concepts of what we're about. And it is a far more complex situation we're in now, but one of the bottom lines is, an example is a year ago, because we have an agreement with a student and it's something that's commitment to us, it means I can bring instructors out from outside. We had an Jiu-Jitsu instructor come in last week, we have a screamer instructor.
Do you think the cross-training revolution is there? A lot of people are doing lots of different systems.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Without a doubt, the Taekwondo style that I teach now, some people say, well, is it real Taekwondo? And I'd say, well, define real Taekwondo. You've got the difference between ITF, WTF, you've got the politics situation.
That is a divide and conquer tactic, as we all know. Let's talk about Kim Stone as a competitor. Okay? I mean, you obviously established yourself all those years ago with your competition.
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that I went through an era with the TAGP. My respect to the people, especially Dave Oliver, who I thought was a mentor to me, coached me, Kenny Walton as well. People like this that you mix with. I've got absolute gratitude to those people for that era. We came to a crossroads eventually, and I moved on to another part of my life, and again, it's the best thing that I did and my organisation did. But having said that, the competition era was something that I look back on, and I'm really, happy looking back on the success that I had. I'm really glad I did it. I'd like to think now from the successes we're having, we're establishing centres in Leeds, full-time premises. We're looking at having 3 in the Doncaster area alone. We've got 2 full-time centres already, as well as satellite schools throughout Yorkshire. That is the goal that we're aiming towards now. And I do think now, if you go back maybe 5, 6, 7 years, before this era started for us in the last, say, 12 months or a year and a half, I have got a little bit of regret in that I wish I'd have done what we're doing now, maybe 10 years ago. But to put the energy into what we do now, at that time, we were just, we were flying up and down the motorway, competing, and it was a great era. So I don't think really at that time I had the energy to do both. Once you finish your career, then it was like, hang on here, okay, I need to get into something else, and as far as my goals are concerned. And then in the last 12 months I've found something that
because this
I like to
is
do.
fairly competitive, but in a different arena.
In a different arena, yeah. There's ambitions within what we're about. I mean, I have many ambitions. We have a graduation, black belt graduations, 4 a year. We have a big extravaganza, which again you came to last year. This last year we're looking at, or last year we graduated 25 to black belt. This year we're looking at probably beating that this year. And it's other goals like that. But I mean, the competition side of it did give me a competitive edge to be able to go on and maybe do things in this area now.
I'm sure it's going to go from strength to strength. Thank you, Kim.
Thanks for welcoming me aboard.
Hello, I'm Pat O'Malley, and I'm the co-chief instructor of Rapid Harness.
In 2020, karate will make its debut as an Olympic sport. This traditional Japanese martial art emphasizes strikes and kicks. In sport karate, 2 competition formats are used. Kumite is a type of sparring. Points are gained by attacking the chin or body. It looks as if they make contact, but all blows are pulled before they hit. The other format is kata. These are choreographed sequences of techniques. Unlike kumite, kata are practiced without a partner. Instead, each fixed set of movements is performed while visualizing an opponent. Points are given for displaying precision and power. The island of Okinawa lies in the far south of Japan. Modern Japanese karate has its roots in the traditional Okinawan martial art. In Okinawa, the main emphasis is on kata. In principle, every kata begins by neutralizing an attack. For example, look at the way his right hand moves. This is a technique to intercept and deflect a strike. After defending himself, he then uses the minimum force needed to subdue his attacker. Okinawan karate is a martial art based on defense. A traditional karate practitioner never strikes first. Our goal isn't to destroy an opponent, it's simply to subdue him. At its heart, Okinawan karate is a way to discipline yourself and train your character. Because karate is an excellent means to develop self-discipline, it's often taught in schools. In Okinawa, over 80% of middle schoolers take karate classes. This has far more than just physical benefits. It strengthens their powers of concentration and fortitude. The most important thing they learn from karate is the concept of rei. Rei means always showing respect and gratitude to others. That's why karate class begins with a bow. Karate gives them a natural sense of courtesy and respect that will serve them well throughout life. What karate has taught me is the importance of always having good manners and showing gratitude to other people. Karate teaches you to think about the other person and be aware of their feelings. And I learned how important it is to greet people correctly. The more you discipline and strengthen yourself in karate, the more you learn respect for others. This is the spirit we hope karate training will nurture in our students. The more powerful you become as a person, the more important it is to develop a humble attitude. Polishing and refining physical skills, we refine our character too. This is the essence of karate.